Gilmore Girls, the case for and against another return. Gilmore Girls could be returning to our screens again. The show originally ran from 2000 to 2007, but Netflix revived it last year for 4 feature-length specials. Now, Netflix's chief content officer Ted Sarandos has said he would be keen for more new episodes to be made for the streaming service. "We obviously loved the success of the show, fans loved how well it was done, it delivered what they hoped," he told the press association. "The worst thing is to wait a couple of years for your favorite show to come back and for it to disappoint you, but they sure delivered and people were really excited about more, and we have been talking to them about the possibility of that." Mr. Sarandos added that the talks with the show's creators were very preliminary. "We think this calls for a very preliminary feature about the pros and cons of bringing more stars' hollow antics to the small screen. First things first, the most obvious reason to make further episodes of Gilmore Girls is that the last episode ended on a cliffhanger. We have no problem with cliffhangers, as long as we know that closure is on the horizon." The final episode of Gilmore Girls, a year in the life story revealing to Lorelai that she's pregnant. This opens up all kinds of possibilities for future episodes and would give viewers the chance to see Rory in a new light as a mother, ditto Lorelai as a grandmother. The plot is reminiscent of the original premise of Gilmore Girls. Lorelai became pregnant with Rory at a young age, and would see the Stars Hollow universe expand with a strong and fresh storyline to explore. Another reason fans might be keen to see more episodes is the recent return of the show's original writers Amy Sherman Palladino and Daniel Palladino. The husband and wife team left the show before its 7th season, but returned to write the new episodes for the Netflix revival. Getting the seal of approval from the original team is what won legions of Gilmore Girls fans over to the revival. Provided the Sherman Palladinos are still running the show, fans would consider any new episodes in safe hands. There's always the possibility that the franchise could be spoiled if it's dragged out too long. Sex and the City is perhaps the most obvious example of a show which was loved by many but saw fans switch off in later years. As a TV show in the 1990s, it was praised as groundbreaking, but by the time the Sex and the City 2 film was released in 2010, many fans and critics alike said it had lost its way. It's interesting that Friends, one of the most successful sitcoms of all time, has never been rebooted. The cast and writers have repeatedly denied reunion rumors, and viewers generally want the show to be left alone so as not to spoil their memories. There was a spin-off, Joey, but that only lasted 2 seasons and fans didn't take to it, perhaps a further warning not to mess with a successful format. With that in mind, the longer Gilmore Girls continues, the more some might feel like it's being milked that little bit too much. Then there's the argument that the new pregnancy plot actually stifles any new episodes. With Rory now an expectant mother, you could say the show has come full circle, with Rory now in the mother's role instead of the daughter's. New episodes would arguably no longer be the show that fans fell in love with. There would be a new dynamic, and the focus of the new series would shift to a new generation. If more episodes of Gilmore Girls are commissioned, the production team will have to tread carefully so as not to spoil a much-loved brand.